Well, the kickers will kick off to start this evening's contest.
Standard to make sure that that ball is cleared over the first defender and given a chance for everyone.
As I can tell you, Sasha's free kick on that set piece, it looked like one of my 9-iron chunks in golf. Here comes Richmond. Here's Robinson on the near side, making a run. Robinson gets around the defender, puts it into the middle. And Gallardo made a nice stop there.
And a good read.
Have we seen a little bit of a change in philosophy, Mark, as far as Richmond goes? Because in the Dayton game, and they're also doing it again tonight, there's a ball on the far side. I'll get back to my point in a moment to see what develops here. Ball is put into the middle and handled easily by the Orlando goalkeeper. Mike Callahan at midfield takes a look. Now he goes over on the far side to Ownby. Ownby with a beautiful move to get free. Ownby down, gets a cross, and again, I'll tell you, Gallardo is doing a great job of reading those crosses. Head on it. Here's Ngwenya. Ngwenya, he's almost in. He got around. And his cross, it's loose, and he goes! Matthew Delicâte. Nice run by Ngwenya. The ball kind of just laid there in the middle of the box.
What do you know?
And he touched it home.
It comes straight and holding them.
Here comes Richmond on the run. Ownby on the far side looking across, and does. Delicâte shoots. Matthew Delicâte with his second goal of the game. And a beautiful cross from Brian Ownby. It's 2-zip.
Can you believe this? Matthew Delicâte. Unbelievable the confidence he's got right now.
I did. And there's the whistle. So a good first half for Richmond, and in particular Matthew Delicâte. 2 goals for Delicâte. That's 4 goals in 2 games for him. So the kickers will carry a lot of momentum into the half with the 2-0 advantage over Orlando City.
Dykstra's, he's playing really, really well. Maybe the best in MLS this year, best in USL Pro this year. I think he'll be back up in MLS. I think it'll be as soon as next year. Combinations going, and they've been much more dangerous the first 7 or 8 minutes here than they were in the entire first half. So good stuff from Orlando.
And Sasha Gora is still in possession, and he's going to take one, and that's stuffed by Gallardo. Braun rolling it through, and Dykstra's out. Oh,
that's a penalty kick.
Yep. Dystra whistled for the trip.
This is the chance Orlando's been waiting for.
Yep. Molino stepping, shooting, and he missed it!
Wow.
And Dykstra is fired up.
And I can guarantee you what Dykstra's doing right now is a little bit of vengeance to an extent, just kind of saying, you didn't really deserve that penalty.
I thought it was funny that the Richmond players are congratulating him, and he didn't really have to do anything on that.
No.
I always get a kick out of that, but that was Orlando's real chance. But the thing is, it doesn't necessarily give Richmond a bunch more momentum. It just means Orlando's going to keep coming back.
Right.
Like I said, they're a very, very good team, and they've done
the crossbar on the penalty kick, and Dykstra punches that one out, and there's Ngwenya. Take one, and Dykstra has to dive and push that one over the end line.
What a tough shot. That knuckled, and Dykstra had to make an adjustment on that. Good play from Orlando.
Here's the corner kick. And it's headed.
Wow.
Nia Zamba's able to get a head on it off the line. I'm not sure who that was.
That looked like Mike Callahan.
It was.
Probably one of the smallest guys on the field.
Yeah,
exactly.
That's why I was looking for one of those tall guys. Here's a shot.
And those are the plays that win you games at times.
Here's
Orlando's
Molino.
not giving up. Orlando's all over the place right now.
And that ball is flicked over the bar. Sending it over on the near side. Good one touch there. Here's Braun. Getting it off. There's a shot. And Dykstra with a third huge save tonight off a point-blank shot from Molino.
He never messages me, so I guess that's a good thing probably.
Ball is partially blocked. And then Davies flicks it away. And our kickers are going to complete an unbeaten season at home. And that says something, guys. That was something I was just thinking about. They've only had 1 loss, but they are concluding. There's one of the Orlando players, I guess he was just shaking hands with the official, but a 2-0 victory for Richmond. And as I mentioned, that concludes a unbeaten regular season home schedule, which is pretty impressive. But I'm with you, Mark. I thought in the second half, Orlando certainly controlled play.
Oh, absolutely. Like I said, I would love to see Orlando's won both. Richmond won both games this year 2-0. I would love to see a third game between these guys right back here in Richmond 3 weeks from Saturday.
If I'm not mistaken, this means Richmond is the regular season champions, #1 seed at this point. They've got the head-to-head advantage. Even if Richmond loses next weekend against Pittsburgh, they've tied on points, and Richmond's got the head-to-head wins, 2 wins to 0 wins for Orlando. So that means they're done, dusted, Commissioner's Cup for USL Pro.
And Ryan, I'll ask both of you guys this in comment. What kind of attitude does Richmond take in that regular? Does he rest some guys and do you get up for the playoffs, or do you just continue to play the lineup you have?
And that's probably a question for Lee Calishaw. I'll try to put myself in his shoes. You want to go in with the momentum. You want to go in with the players playing crisp and clean. It's not like they're going to have 2 back-to-backs next weekend or anything to that extent. It's just going to be 1 game up in Pittsburgh. These players, it will be kind of a training session for them, making sure they're crisp, they're clean, all their touches are correct, and they're playing good together. You want to go in on a roll rather than kind of rest some players and get them out of a rhythm.
Well, I don't even know if it's about resting players, because when you look at Calishaw's lineups over the last several weeks, he's had 16, 17, 18 guys regularly in and out of the lineup. So when you say rest, I don't necessarily know if it's resting players. It's just tinkering with the lineup a little bit. So these guys, even if they're not every game starters, they still get a lot of minutes. So like a David Bulow, like a Philip Davies, like a Joseph Habash. Those are guys that do play. So if they start on Saturday, it's not going to be a complete surprise because they've gotten minutes this year.
Would you agree, Mark, that coming in right now, of course, the playoffs will start a week from this Saturday, the 24th, here at Richmond. This team has got a lot of momentum and maybe playing their best soccer of the season based on these last 2 games?
That's exactly what you want to see if you're Richmond, because we were a little critical of them about midway through the season. They tied several games that they probably shouldn't have tied. You want teams to come into your home being afraid of what you can do. I think what Richmond has shown offensively the last few games, particularly these last couple at home, you don't want to come in here and play them, because I really do think that Richmond is firing offensively at the very least on all cylinders. And again, you've got the hot goalkeeper in Andrew Dykstra, and as we've seen so many times in soccer as well as hockey, a hot goalie can take you very, very far.